I am Brother Alfred Banda, a Christian brother and province leader. Currently my community is Keating House in Lusaka.
Dominic Sykes. I am living in ISC in Venta.
I am Clement Sindazi. Currently I'm the Africa Province Mission Coordinator. I'm based in Nalubutu Road in Rhodes Park.
So the Congregation of Christian Brothers was started by an Irishman, Edmund Rice, in 1802. Edmund Rice was actually a businessman, a married man, and unfortunately his wife died and left him with a child who was handicapped. For about 20 years, Edmund discerned what he was going to do with his life. And somehow God, speaking through him, through a woman that he was having a conversation with, she showed him a number of these street kids in Waterford and said to him, what are you going to do about this? And that was the birth of our congregation. In 1964, the Christian Brothers came to Zambia, and currently Zambia is celebrating 60 years.
I joined the Brothers in Ireland in 1960, and in 1973 I was asked to come to Zambia, and I arrived in Mazabuka in 1973. At that stage, Zambia was broken between two provinces in Ireland, St. Helens province, which was the southern province, and the northern province, St. Mary's province. So St. Helens province had two houses, St. Edmund Mazabuka and Mawagari Choma, and St. Mary's, the northern province, they had three houses, Lukulu, Mongo and Livingston. And we were separate entities. We had our own provincial, the northern province had their own provincial. And then we would meet the brothers every year during holiday time, especially at Christmas time. We'd get together in Mazabuka. Now, I spent from 73 until 84 in Mazabuka, and then I moved to Lukulu, and I spent 20 years there. And then 2004, I went to Kasama and spent some time there. I don't know how long I spent there, I forget. And then I came back down to Mazabuka, and then I came to Lusaka, and here I am now in Lusaka.
Yeah, I joined the brothers in 1991. So this year I am 33 years as a Christian brother. As I mentioned earlier on, my current portfolio is Mission Coordinator for Africa. That covers 10 countries in Africa. Africa is divided into 3 regions. The first one is what we call West Africa area, and then we have East Africa area, and then we have South Central area. South Central area comprises South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. So I'll focus mainly on Zambia, since we are looking at 60 years of our existence in Zambia. Being a mission coordinator, it entails coordinating all Edmund Rice mission or activities that are carried out by the brothers. The brothers here in Zambia are involved in education. We are also involved in community development. We are also involved in advocacy, chaplaincy, and prison ministries. I work with a team and the people whom we work with, and one of the many things we do in mission is to provide capacity training to all our project managers, and this covers a wider area of activities ranging from finance training, monitoring and evaluation, and we do result-based management, and also the main thing is to promote compliance.
When I came to Zambia in 1973, I was coming from a day school, because we didn't have boarding schools in Ireland. So coming to a boarding school was a totally different and very confusing in the beginning, because I had no experience of a boarding school. And when I arrived in Zambia, I was met by Tony McGay. He was the headmaster of St. Edmunds. He picked me up in Lusaka, and he brought me down to Mazabuka. It was very hot, I remember. And I started my life there in the boarding. I found it very difficult in the beginning because you had no free time. The students were there all the time. And then you had after school, teaching in school all day, then you had your boarding duties. So games and activities of various kinds. And the community at that time, when I arrived in Mazabuka, was, as I said, Tony McGay was the headmaster. I had never met him in Ireland, actually. And then Martin Campion, he was a deputy head. I never met him in Ireland either. And Fintan Carr, he was in charge of agricultural science. And then Fintan Hayes, he was in charge of building and construction. And then myself. So I got a lot of duties, dormitory duties, and then I took over the building from Fintan Hayes, and I took over the games, and I was boarding master, and then I took over the band. So you were kept busy for the 13 weeks of the school term, and then you had 4 weeks break, whereby you renewed the school, all the things that were broken during the course of the term, painting and repairing and all that sort of maintenance. We did it all ourselves. So yeah, it was interesting, difficult to accept in the beginning because you had no time to yourself. No free time, and it was all, it was very exam orientated, that you had to produce good results at the end of the year. So that was always the strain and the stress of doing that. The teaching community at that time in St. Edmunds was mostly expatriates. And we were building houses as we went along for them and for as after a while, about 84. I think in 84 I don't think we had any expatriates. They were there from 73 to 84, and then at 84 we were all Zambians except the brothers themselves. And as I say, I left it in 1984, and I went to live in Nakulu in the Western Province. We had great teachers in the early days. We had a great community spirit among us, and we knew the problems and the travails of our teachers and what was going on, and they shared with us and we shared with them, and our house was always open to them to come and help with us. And every week I was away at games with 2 or 3 of the teachers all around the southern province, from Chikinkata to Choma, and then into Namwala and into Mapanza for games and sports and things like that. So yes, our teachers, we couldn't have run the school without our teachers, no. And we had very, very good relationships with them, and they understood us and what we were doing and our ethos, and then they fitted in with that.
Yes, as we celebrate 60 years of our existence in Zambia this year, I would like to remember people who have worked with us, particularly ourselves as Zambian brothers, not only myself, but with my friends also, as with Brother Banda here. I would like to remember Brother Finton Hayes, who inspired me to join the brothers in Mufrira. That was 1991, and then he helped me also to take a great interest in skills training. And then when I moved to Mazabuka, I worked with Brother Seo Ambrose or Demot Ambrose. Both of them now, Brother Bernard Hayes and Demot Ambrose, they are back in Ireland. He mentored me and helped me to grow into appreciating skills training and helping young men who needed our support. Other brothers who have died, like Phil Russell, Pastor Macaron, who lived with me, Bernard Hayes, Bernard Keating and Michael Keating, and many other more. I really want to say I am fortunate, or us who were at that time, we were very fortunate because we had people to mentor us. When I look around, it has changed, formation has changed a bit. We have some communities where we have young men and they lack wisdom figures, but I think we are here to support them. Again, as we celebrate 60 years, I'm grateful to God that this year, starting from last year, should I say, we have 2 Zambian brothers who are heading schools now. We have Brother Jackson Mubela, who is the head teacher of St. Edmund's Secondary School in Mazabuka, and Brother Puri Musunga, who is the deputy head. So again, it is a sign that we are on the right track. My appeal to our young men, this life cannot go on. I think I joined the brothers because I was challenged that the Irish brothers needed Zambian brothers to take up the challenge. So I'm appealing to all young Zambian guys who are in our schools and those who are not in our schools. Please contact us, come and share our life. We are here to save our own brothers and sisters, our parents, our grandparents. So we need people to work with. And once you join us, I think you will make our work easier. Lastly, I can't forget our alumni. In the recent years, we have developed a strong bond with our alumni in St. Raphael's Secondary School and St. Edmund's Secondary School. It's only last week that I was in Livingstone to launch a computer lab that was refurbished, and we received laptops, about 25 laptops, 1 desktop and 8 tablets from the area MP, and who is the Minister of Tourism, Mr. Rodin Skumba. I think we really appreciate as brothers because now we see that we are not alone. As Liverpool fans will say, we'll never walk alone. So I know that now we are working with people. Alumni, please, we are calling on you that come on board. We are there for you, and come and work with us so that we develop our schools and our institutions where we are at the moment. And of course, I want to end by thanking all our stakeholders and partners, we cannot forget the bishops where we are present in their dioceses. They have been so supportive to us, and then we can't forget our teachers teaching in our schools, the heads who are heading our schools, and of course the pupils. There are a number of pupils who have taken interest in doing some social responsibility. Again, I encourage those learners that one day maybe you'll be our presidents, you'll be our ministers, and you continue supporting and sharing our work in Zambia. Thank you.
So in 1802, when Edmund started the congregation, he was thinking of what is it that he was going to do with the young people who were on the streets of Ireland at the time. And he chose to begin a school. He actually sold his businesses and he took all the money that he had and put it into education. He started a school. And being the practical man that Edmund was, he started the school, a bakery, and a tailoring shop, so that the children who were coming to his school would be fed and they would also be clothed. And in a way, it was Edmund's way of living out the gospel. When the brothers took their first vows, Edmund and his companions, Edmund took the name Ignatius. And so part of our charism is Ignatian, after St. Ignatius of Loyola. When the brothers came to Zambia in 1964, at the invitation of the bishops, in Monza Diocese, it was Bishop James Colboy who invited the brothers to establish the school. And the first thing was, of course, St. Edmund's Secondary School. But then, after some time, the brothers in Mazabuka realized there is a group of young people who are being left out of the education system. These are the ones who were dropping out of grade 7 and grade 10 or Form 3 those days. And so, St. Paul's Training Center was established in Mazabuka to provide skills for the young people who were left out of the education system. Years later, another ministry emerged in Mazabuka, Changa Changa Primary School, which started as a community school to respond to the needs in the late 90s and early 2000s. A bit about my own story. Brother Dominic left Mazabuka in 84. I came into St. Edmund's in 88. And my experience of the first day I walked into St. Edmund's, the whole property, the school, the staff just blew my mind. Because it was the first time I was getting into a school where there was not one single broken window pane. There were desks for each pupil, and there were textbooks for each pupil. From 88 to 91, I was in St. Edmund's, and I was fortunate enough to have been chosen in 1991 to be the head boy in the school. And somehow I got my own vocation from the interactions I had with the brothers. In particular, Brother Pasco Macaron. Brother Pasco Macaron was in charge of our vocation club. And we talked about vocations, myself and a good number of other pupils. And by the time I was finishing grade 12, I was attracted to becoming a Christian brother, and I joined. Currently, I'm the province leader for the Christian Brothers in Africa, covering 10 countries: South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, South Sudan, Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and the Gambia. And our work is evangelization of youth. Wherever the youth are, we try to work with them. It might be in the classroom, through education. It might be in the parish, through catechesis, or in community development. In the western province of Zambia, we have communities in Wampa, in Limulunga, Senanga, and Mongu, where the brothers and lay collaborators are working with the communities to explore how to move from the different challenges that the communities face so that the people in the communities are empowered. For example, in Wampa and in Senanga, they've been trying to practice climate smart agriculture so that the people are able to grow their own crops. In other places, it has been sinking boreholes. For example, in Wampa, there are communities without water, and usually the women and children have to walk long distances to fetch water or fetch water in showers. And the brothers in the Western cluster have been sinking boreholes together with the communities to provide clean water. And we all know what is happening with our planet Earth. Part of our current faith and spirituality is care of the earth. And really, the more we care for the earth, the more we care for the people who are disadvantaged, especially the poor.
Coming to Zambia, I never wanted to leave it, and I hope to be buried in Zambia. My best friends are Zambians. I had a Zambian mother in Lukulu who taught me the language and who taught me the customs of the Lozi people. And I spent 20 years among the Lozi people. So I learned some of the language, and I was very, very happy there. I was very sad when I was asked to leave it and go to Kasama. But again, in Kasama, I was very happy there because I was working for the poor. I was setting up a skills training center to help people to improve their lives by using skills training. When it wasn't the thing to be done, people only wanted to go to secondary school, but they couldn't because of the introduction of fees and distances and qualifications. So I think, yeah, we changed the lives of many people, and you know, when you see them now and they are using the skills that they learned in our training centres, then you see, yes, this is good.
I'm very grateful for all that the brothers have given to Zambia. They sacrificed a lot, and they gave a lot to the education system in the country. Most of us going through secondary school in the 80s and 90s would have used books, Zambian mathematics and Zambian biology and Zambian chemistry, which were written by Brother Damien McKinney. And he contributed to our education system a lot. Brother John Mead, who was headmaster of St. Edmunds, he was the regional leader of Zambia, went on to become the National Education Secretary in the Catholic Secretariat, and he too contributed immensely. I'm grateful to the many brothers who really have walked with me and mentored me and helped me become the man I am today. People like Brother John Mosley, Brother John McCott, who was our novice director, Peter Hudson, Finton Hayes, Dominic Sykes. I live with him in Kasama, and the list is endless. But it's not only the brothers. The local church, the different dioceses, as Brother Clement would have said, Monze Diocese, Mongo Diocese, Livingstone Diocese, Kasama, Kabwe, Lusaka Archdiocese, Copperbelt, and all the dioceses. The different religious and priests that we've worked with that have supported us along the way so that we are able to deliver the Edmund Rice mission. We are truly grateful. And lastly, again, the past pupils and all the other collaborators, the Edmund Rice family. We are truly grateful. Zikoma.